I'm Katie Mulcahy. I am the UK Colour Ambassador for RUSK, and today on Kimmy's hair we're going to be enhancing her natural brunette base colour by introducing a balayage technique of using freehand highlights to emphasise the cut and to also give a more spring-summer sun-kissed look to this hair. So I'm using the lightening cream to create this look. It's a mixing ratio of 1:2. I'm using 24 with it is going to allow it to lift slowly and will give more of a natural result. I'm literally going to divide the hair into two. Probably want to be working to about 1 inch thickness. So the lightest part of the colour I want working below the jawline, and then I kind of want the colour fade to start from the jaw and from the cheekbones. What I'm going to do is pull the hair forward, work from the cheekbone, and then slightly back comb. What this allows me to do is have a starting point of where I want the colour to smudge from and then work downwards. Get your balayage board, place underneath, and then we're looking at the back combing section. Use a stroking technique, so when you're applying it, you're not working flatly with the brush, you're working on a diagonal. And then as we get further down to the lengths of the hair, we apply a lot more heavily. So you can see with my sections that I'm working to sort of the curvature of the head. And why this is it kind of arcs its way into the back part of the hair, but the main focus of the highlights will be around the front. And again, pulling that section forward to see where I want the lights to begin. So using the cheekbone as an example, just gently back comb, pull back, medium to thick weaves, separate, and then use your balayage board, pop underneath the back comb section, and then from that point, lightly stroke your colour. Then the further down to the ends we go, we apply a lot more heavily. Now I'm on the top section. Now because this is the last part of the hair that's going to sit on top of this, what we don't want to do is take the colour too high. So the focal point of the lights will be towards the very ends, applying very, very lightly so it hardly penetrates through the whole of the hair. And then as we get further and further down, we're just literally going to penetrate a lot more colour on the very, very bottom part of the hair. So what I'm going to do is repeat that exact same process on the other side of the head. So when it comes to the fringe, what we need to do is get enough lights in there to blend through the sides. I'm going to be working on almost creating like a shadow and light effect. I'm going to take the top section of the fringe away. And all we want to be doing is take enough, just so when this top section falls over the top, it's just going to create a little veil. So where I want the light part to be is towards the inner socket of like the eye and above the cheekbone. So what I'm going to do is literally just pick up that whole side of that fringe and lightly weave through the bottom areas and pull down. Place under, just slightly on top of the board, making sure that we're just working through the very, very ends of the hair. And then very, very lightly, we're just stroking colour through the very, very tips of that fringe. And then I'm going to repeat that exact same process on the other side of the fringe. Okay, so now the fringe is complete, we're going to leave that to set for about 20 minutes. So we've just rinsed off Kimmy's balayage, and what we're going to do now is applying the gloss. So I'm going to be glossing Kimmy's hair with an 813B in the Deepshine Demi range. What it's going to do is help to flatten out any brassiness without taking it too flat. It's almost going to keep a little bit of that caramel tone to it. And then now I'm just going to use the tint brush in my hands, applying the colour through the mid-lengths and ends over the top of where I've pre-lightened the hair. Because it's a demi, it will only pick up on the pre-lightened pieces, so it won't affect my base colour. 813B is an ash beige colour, so it's perfect over the top of this pre-lightened hair because it will kill that little bit of warmth that's come through without killing it too much. So once that's applied over all the pre-lightened areas, we're going to leave that to develop for about 5 to 10 minutes. So I've washed that off Kimmy's hair and I've used the smooth shampoo and conditioner purely to give it lots of shine and to help smooth the cuticle layer over. So now she's ready for styling. So this is Kimmy. This is our finished look from our sun-kissed balayage technique.